The Warriors signed Marquese Chriss this offseason after he was traded 3 times in 3 years after being selected 8th overall by the Suns in 2016. Chriss looks like he's well on his way to making the Warriors, and that might surprise some fans, but not Draymond Green, who spoke out about it after the game yesterday.
I think he's been in some pretty tough situations. No one ever blames the situation, though. It's always the kid. No one ever blames the franchises. Just always want to blame the kid. It's not always the kid's fault. I mean, he's getting older now, so he's not a kid anymore. But, he came into this league as a kid. But it's never the organization's fault. It's always that guy. So I'm happy he's got another opportunity to show what he can really do.
So Draymond says teams deserve more blame when high draft picks don't quite pan out. Is that BS or real talk, guys?
Nick, you ready? I'm about to pull Nick Friedell.
There's a Kendrick in the last segment.
There we go.
Give me a little Warriors perspective here.
I think he's absolutely right. The only thing I would say that I think Draymond missed a little bit on is people destroy the Suns. They destroy the Suns repeatedly.
No one criticized the Suns.
Yeah, there are plenty of people out there that have
You're
said
sitting next to one of them.
the Suns with Robert Sarver running the show for all those years haven't done it the right way.
That's BS, that part.
That
the
part
other
is
part.
BS. The other part, absolutely. And I think to Draymond's point, there are a lot of young kids who come in the league and they get their confidence crushed early. There is not a good solid structure in a lot of these organizations to build them back up, because once they're lost for a lot of these top-tier picks, they're gone. Yeah. And so I think there is a lot of truth to what he was saying.
I think, yes.
Why are you rotating?
Well, because...
Pick a side.
Well, no, I'm not, because it can be both, right? It can be the organizations are trash. Some of them are not run well. Some of them are not places where players are growing. But then when you go somewhere else, right? He played for the Suns, he played for Cleveland. Cleveland was pretty bad, too. But in between, he went to Houston. And we always talk about this thing called basketball mortality for players that don't get it in their first try, whatever it is. For a lot of guys, when they get traded the first time, they're like, oh, they don't want me anymore. And that becomes a kind of wake-up call, like, I'm not going to play my whole career one place, whatever. I got to make it happen.
D'Angelo Russell?
For like D'Angelo Russell, for instance. For other guys, the wake-up call doesn't come until I'm almost out of the league, right? And so for this kid, Marquese Chriss in particular, because that's who he's talking about, he went to Houston, which is a good organization with good coaching and good vets, and he didn't do the things that were asked of him, that were required of him. Maybe he wasn't mature enough at the time, but at some point, the player has a role in this as well. But he's right, the 100 is for, yes, trash organizations usually do a trash job of developing people.
Well, I'm rolling with who's best to talk about this situation than Draymond.
Yeah.
So, you talking about a guy who went second round to an organization, and look where he's at today. So kudos to Golden State and that organization for developing Draymond. Obviously, he had to put the work in, and I'm with Amin on it. To me, it's 50-50.
Right.
Like you say, you can go to trash organizations and players don't develop. Like, for example, I take Oklahoma City, for example. They develop their young guys. Look how, like, we just got through talking about Steven Adams. Steven Adams got better. Russell Westbrook, they drafted him. He got better in that organization. Even James Harden, Serge Ibaka. So, it all depends on what franchise you go to. So it's a 50-50 split. But then again, on the player side of things, I had a lot of rookies that came in, and I was trying to preach to them, hey, man, listen, you got to do things this way. Hey, man, get your rest on the road. Hey, man, don't do this. Some of them listened, some of them didn't. And guess what? They find themselves out the league or overseas or whatever the case may be. But well said by Draymond, because he went through it.
Yeah.
Second round pick.
Everybody passed on him.
Yeah, everybody passed on him. And Golden State took their time and developed him, and look where he's at today.
And is obviously doing a good job with Marquese Chriss, although as Draymond points out, Marquese is older now, but still, I do agree with you, though, on the point about the Suns. Our researcher, Michael Sports, is a huge Suns fan. He's had plenty of slander over the years.
I use Draymond's word trash organizations. So don't be mad at me for that. That wasn't my word.
Mad at Greta.
People are going to be mad at you no matter what.
They're always mad.
The defending champs have a big two-way hole to fill with the departure of Kawhi Leonard. Toronto bringing in a couple of young Stanley Johnson.
I've been waiting for this story.
And Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. Look, this was supposed to help bolster their depth, and on Wednesday, a reporter asked head coach Nick Nurse about the impact that the pair of ex-Arizona Wildcats are having in the preseason. And this was his response.
Defensive-minded guys, so in addition to the guys that have been here that know the identity, it's also got Rondae and Stanley.
Nope.
those guys. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but those guys have not understood A, how hard we play, B, our schemes, that defense is a priority for them, etc. We got some work to do with all that crew.
The reporter was just like setting him up for like a nice flowery praise and generic praise answer, as our friend Ben Golliver would say. And he was like, nope, nope, nope. Is Nick Nurse calling out the newcomers' lack of defensive effort, BS or real talk? There we go.
All the way up. I'd have 200.
Hey. Coach of the day on the jump. And not because of those two guys, our producer Danny, a Wildcat. We've got several actually Arizona Wildcats on the team, but if it's not happening, it's not happening.
Sorry.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.